guys, happy Sunday and welcome to our quarter two wrap-up chat where we just kind of go over how the quarter went for us, what we've been up to, what we've been enjoying, anything we didn't get to, goals, all of that fun stuff. So to kick things off, I am asking everyone for just think about some small victory or any size victory you had in the last quarter, something you're proud of, something you achieved, something you just kind of surprised yourself with, whatever makes sense for you. Does anyone feel ready to go first?
I'm ready. I put up Fruit Wall.
Oh, you did. It's so
I love Fruit Wall.
Fruit Wall is very cute.
Very happy with it.
Also, as of today, she looks like a freaking movie star.
I also got a new hair dryer, so everything's coming up, Megan. Capitalism is really winning for me this week.
Nice. Oh, and Helen's here, which is very exciting. If anyone, I don't imagine we have a ton of people who've, popped in so recently that they've never seen Helen before. But look, Nicole just said, "Hey, everyone, it's great to see you, Helen." So
it's great to see Helen. It's been a hot minute.
So do you have a victory to share?
Sure. I successfully got over a sinus infection.
Oh,
hell yeah.
Well,
I lost my voice and got it back.
Oh, that's the tricky part of a sinus infection.
I'm proud of myself.
So not fun. Kyra, how about you?
I feel like I've kind of been crushing it at my day job.
Nice.
So that's always nice. I guess also a win for me is that I got on an airplane and was only kind of anxious. I was not having a bad panic attack. So that really is a big deal for me because like my fear of flying has been like debilitating to the point where I just do not get on airplanes. So I did. And it was not the worst thing. It is something I could do again. It is not something I enjoyed, but it is something I could do again.
I hope the journey you took was worth it.
Wow. I got on the airplane for you to begin with.
We appreciate it so much.
Yes.
Kaylin, how about you?
The same vein, I got to legitimately run through an airport to get to my flight on time. I've seen it in movies and shows, and I was like, that looks stressful. It is. 0 out of 10 would not recommend again, but I got to experience it, which was pretty cool. I finished a novella, which I'm very excited about. I still need to like edit it, but like it's like officially done.
Oh, you wrote it? I thought you read a novella.
No, like I actually like I wrote it and it's done.
What?
And I'm very proud of that. And I'm trying to think of, I thought there was something else, but I forgot about what it was. Oh, I'm actually working on my knee now, doing like water aerobics whenever we go to the pool, which is like step up for me. So that was really cool too.
Very nice.
Oops.
I had a pretty solid quarter, none of which I would have guessed at last quarter. Not none of which. The Wordner trip was also great. And then like a week before the Wordner trip, we bought a house, which was very exciting. And then on the way back from the Wordner trip, I applied for like a go out in the real world job. So I'm going to do some of that soon too, I guess. So we'll see if I'm just very stressed by next quarter. It's entirely possible.
I bet it's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping Erin would swing in by now and I could just like flow into her thing, but anything, just any big general interesting world things or media things or anything that happened this quarter? What was big in the world?
Did Tortured Poets Department come out this quarter?
April.
Oh God. Wow. Yeah.
Big for us.
Got it for me.
I have a teenager now.
Oh, wow.
When we started this channel, Charlie was 3.
Yeah.
It's like 10 years ago. She's officially a teenager. Bear me strength.
The baby's voice in our 10-year video is Charlie.
Yeah.
As a baby.
I think the thumbnail of the P4A video too was
her
reading a book in the car.
Aw,
Yep.
that was so long ago.
She's old and opinionated, but she introduced me to My Hero Academia, so I can't be too mad at her.
It's all
Um,
hanging off.
I'm gonna like very randomly. Or Aaron has now arrived as I'm about to change the subject. Welcome. We were just sharing any like small personal victory or win from the last quarter. I'll like cycle back and give you a second to think about it, but that was kind of our what was something you got through, you impress yourself with.
Or big.
So Kaylin was kind of previewing a very wholesome video game story that we told her not to tell because we're saving it for the chat.
Yes,
So
saving
did
it for the
anyone
chat.
play any great games that they really enjoyed this past quarter?
So I am fully addicted to Fortnite to the point where it's almost embarrassing. I started playing I think it was around like Christmas time, and coincidentally enough, My Hero Academia skins were in the shop, and that's what got me playing, and I just haven't stopped. But my family, as I'm noticing, is like a common theme among the TikToks that I've seen is your family gets you addicted to it, and then they just stop playing with you. So you're destined to a life of playing solos. So when you play solos, like you're not on a team, it's literally just you against the 100 people that are in the lobby with you. And really early in the game, so it was like almost midnight last night. Kids are in bed. I'm like, you know what? I want to play. I'm going to get a game in before I go to sleep. Very early in the game, like I'm trying to run someone over with a car, and they jump in the car with me. And we literally stayed like that the whole game. Like I would go to gunfire, they would jump out, they would like gun people down. I'm running people over with a car, and then they would get back in the car, and then we would drive to the next gunfight that we would see. It was like a point where I saw like a rare chest, and like I honked my horn, and they got out, like looted the chest, and then got back in, and like I took off. Like it was the most wholesome experience.
That's so nice.
It was so
I
cute.
love that.
And I got a 30-second clip because I play on the Switch, which you don't get like the replays that you can get on the Xbox, which are really cool because you can go back and see the game from any player's perspective and like how the drone type footage. That's how like people like get like the really crisp videos on TikTok, and they're so cool. Switch does not have that. Switch also does not allow you to see all of the skins. And most of the time when I'm playing and like you're battling people, you're seeing the default skin. So I have no idea what skin this person wore. I don't know what their name was. I have no idea anything about them. But at the very end, as the circle got really, really, really small, they backed up in the storm. They let me have a crown during the game. Like we downed somebody, a crown was there. They didn't pick it up, so I did. And like they let me win the game. And I'm like, I was gonna drive. I was gonna sacrifice myself for you. How dare you take that away from me? But it was so cool. And I'm like, I will never know who this person is. I was like, I could have just made a Fortnite bestie, but I'll never know.
That's adorable.
But it was really fun. It was so cool.
Maybe sometimes better not to know. If it was like a 12-year-old boy who was just
Playing at midnight, summer vacation.
I would love that though. I think Emma started playing Fortnite this quarter as well.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I know
they went
she's
around the Avatar like mini quests and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be one of my goals for the next one. To finally try it.
It's addicting. It's very addicting because there's quests, and that's what I'm addicted to. Like even playing Zelda, like I'm a side quest girly. Like I beat the game technically, but I haven't beat the game in my head because I'm not at 100% completion because I got side quests left to do. So the quests keep updating like daily and weekly, and it's so much fun.
So Aaron, quarter wins.
I'm just about finished the revisions on the After Dark, so I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah.
That'll
So
be very nice.
close. Yeah, it's a couple chapters away. Makes me very happy.
Very cool.
And has anyone read anything they super enjoyed the last 3 months? As I frantically
Yes.
try to pull up Goodreads.
This is called Buzzwords, and it's a bunch of poems about bugs. And I really liked it.
I like how prepared she was.
I've been keeping it at my desk, and I just finished it. It's a compilation from like thousands of years worth of poems. So I read one that was by someone from like the year 700, and it was just like, oh, I'm an old man watching the fireflies. I loved it. Anytime work
Adorable.
got a little slow, I'd read like 3 or 4. So good. Buzzwords, poems about insects.
I love that. I have a silly one that might not sound silly, but I read, I pulled it up, Wifedom, or Mrs. Orwell's Invisible Life by Anna Funder. So it's a nonfiction about George Orwell's first wife, who was a woman named, of course, now I'm gonna blank. Why am I blanking? I read this entire book. And I really liked it, is the thing. What was Eileen? I knew it started with an E. Eileen O'Shaughnessy. But I ended up giving it 4 stars. I really liked it, but I read it entirely because some woman came into the Indigo that I work at and just went on an anti-feminist rant at me about this book.
Oh.
And
like,
took pictures of it being in the biography section and was like, this should be in fiction because it's all lies, and did
Oh,
this
wow.
whole thing. And the entire time I was just sitting there like, I'm going to read this book, I'm going to staff pick it, I'm going to order so many copies into the store. Which is
You're
just
coming
what I
home
do.
with me. Yeah.
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 every time you enter the
I
store.
didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did, and I ended up really liking it, and now I'm trying to get all my coworkers to read it.
That's so funny.
So yeah, it's really good if you have any interest at all in learning about George Orwell's first wife and how badass she was.
I'm definitely interested. I'm also curious because like I used to do the same job that Helen does now, like stocking an Indigo, and I miss like seeing all the books and like actually really like your TBR list goes insane because you just like see all the books.
Yep.
So what is new in books? What do you want to read? What has been?
Oh god, we have so many. Just fantasy right now is bonkers, not only with how much of it is coming out, but how pretty the books are. Fourth Wing, for all of its faults, has started a trend of beautiful sprayed edges. So like I literally just bought a book maybe this quarter, I would have to look at when it came out, called 5 Broken Blades by May something. hang on, second monitor coming in clutch. May Corland, and the version that I bought is the Indigo Deluxe edition, that has like beautiful end papers. It has like this whole foil naked hardcover, but what got me was the sprayed edges, because it's like the top is pink, the bottom is black, and the side is a warrior under a blood red sky.
Ooh.
And it is so gorgeous. And one of my coworkers pulled it out of a box and went, Helen, look at this. And I was like, why would you show me this? Why did you do this to me? Now I have to buy it. Yeah, so that was like that one. And then what's the other one that just came out? Heaven Breaks or something by, I think it's Tracy Wolf. The cover is really pretty, and then the sprayed edges are like a sunburst. Like, just I keep seeing very pretty special editions, and my wallet is crying. But yeah, and then so much romance. Romance is crazy. One came in that just straight up on the cover said he's grumpy, she's sunshine, and I went, well, okay. And I borrowed that and read it very quickly. That was called Whiskey Business by Elliot Fletcher.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I think I've seen that one.
It's a cute cover.
It's a very cute
Yeah.
cover, and the story was very cute. If you enjoyed Grumpy Sunshine, I highly recommend it. Beware, the last 50 pages is a lot of just back-to-back spice. With some other stuff going on, but you know.
With
Yeah,
subplots.
yeah.
Another
Hang
Grumpy
out more
Sunshine
often.
one that came out in April was Late Bloomer by Maisie Eddings, and I just read that one yesterday, and it was quite fun.
I'm just frantically adding things to my TV right here. Ed Griswold had recommended When Among Crows by Veronica Roth. It's been years since I've read any of her books, and I loved it. It's a novella, and I wish it was longer. And also, The Book of Doors by Gareth Brown is stellar too.
I've heard good things about both of them.
One I did not expect to love, but just like I had it on my Kindle because it got on sale or something, and I needed a book. Was Book Lovers by Emily Henry, because I had read Beach Read and not loved it, but
Mhm.
Book Lovers was so good. Like
Very
that was
good.
much more my vibe.
Mhm.
So
I
people working in
also,
publishing, falling in love, totally on board.
yeah, when we were all in Houston together, we went to Kindred Stories, and there was a book there that I almost bought, but I had already bought another book, and I didn't think I should spend all the money in my bank account on books, probably. But it was on Scribd, so I was able to listen to it. The Haunting of Tramcar 15 by P. Clark. It was very fun. It's a novella, so it's like pretty quick. And it was just like a fun, it's like Cairo in the 1800s, but also paranormal stuff is real. And there's a tram car that's just haunted. And these two dudes are just, they have to solve the haunting. And it was really fun.
I love that.
This all sound fantastic.
Not to go back to like murdering people, but I read
Please
Butcher and
do.
Blackbird, and I actually I was surprised at how much I liked that. Like, I feel like it's the same as what Helen was at. Like the last like 50 or so pages was just back to back spice. I feel like the spice was written first, maybe, and like the story was written around it because the story
Interesting.
itself was really good. But as someone who has read a lot of like the book top picks kind of thing, that part of it didn't really jive with me too well. It felt disconnected. Like the characters changed almost completely for me at that point. But like the build up of it and like the fact that they're like literally murdering bad people together, loved it. Very cool.
May I ask your opinion on the accidental cannibalism?
What now?
Didn't bother me too much. It was more funny because of the way that it like brought.
I'm
light
willing to be spoiled if anyone wants to give some context here.
Yeah, I need details.
It is the only thing I know about this book.
Gotcha. So if everybody's cool with being spoiled, I have no problem dropping some hints. So
Yeah, I'm not sure for like the comment
feel like-
section, but
the reason why I think this book got so popular is because the trigger warning list was so well done. Like, I mean, just you read it and you're like, yeah, it's got some weird stuff going on, but like accidental cannibalism and sorry about the ice cream. And you're like, what are you talking about? So you had to read it to find out. And
interesting.
allegedly, like, so the whole premise of the book is that these two people like are technically mass murderers, but they're like Dexter style mass murderers where they only go after bad people.
Sure.
They meet,
course.
they create a competition that's like every year they pick a bad guy and the first one that, you know, kills them is the winner of that year. And of course they fall in love along the way. So there's one part of the book where it's during their yearly competition and they go after this guy who at least they think is the guy. And they're eating food and she's looking at him like, why are you eating? What the hell are you doing? Turns out he had no idea that they were literally having dinner at the place of the person that they are trying to murder. And he is a cannibal. So he was accidentally eating people. And she's like trying to kick him under the table. Like, what are you doing? Stop eating the food, because she's like pretending to eat. And so he finds out, but then he gets like, I don't remember exactly how, but he gets drugged and he passes out. And then he wakes up and she has to basically tell him like, yeah, you totally ate people. So it was accidental on that part, but there was very non-accidental cannibalism with a different character, not the main two characters. But the ice cream part, I think I'll save for a post chat.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
We'll save
a
that for post.
particular part.
Because I did monetize this video. So. Want YouTube to get mad at us.
Yeah.
But like the banter
Cool.
between the two it was so well written that like it was easy to overlook some of like the really gross parts.
hmm
She spared no detail.
And like I have no issue with it. It's such a weird thing to have in a
Yeah.
romance book.
That's what
Yeah.
well, it's a dark romance, so it is considered dark romance. So if you're expecting like it did have fluffy moments, but like it is very specifically a dark romance. But I think that she did such a good job writing that list that made it humorous and like kind of like tongue in cheek in a way. And I think that exploded, and like the book just exploded. And then the second book just came out, which I just started the other day.
Huh.
Very entertaining.
I'm sure it is. Like it's almost tempting. It's not really my genre, so I probably won't. But
On a little more uplifting note, I think my favorite read from this quarter was The Fall of Whit Rivera by Crystal Maldonado, who's like one of my auto read authors. I've loved everything she's put out, and I think this was my favorite yet. It's like a YA romance, very cute. The last 50 pages is not spiced. I think my only complaint is that I should not have read it in June because it's like for the autumn lovers, and it was like the book equivalent of a pumpkin spice latte. So I finished it in early June and was just like, I'm done with summer. Bring on spooky season. I want to wear a sweater. But we still
Emma actually, she texted me this morning and also said, I'm over summer. I'm ready for spooky season. So
I'm not a summer girly just in general, but especially reading that, I was just like, I just wanted to be fall.
Megan, do you have the birthday present book nearby? S.
I can have it.
So this was like I haven't read this book, but I found it like I saw a TikTok about it while I was in Florida. And Megan and Emma were having their Hobbit birthday party at the end of my trip. So I wanted to get it for them just because it sounded like really interesting. So the three of us have been reading House of Leaves. Megan's finished, Emma hasn't started, but we all have it. We're working on it, which is like this book within a book and just layered thing. But like some of the characters are awful. Like it's written in the early 2000s. We're pretending women aren't really people, that kind of vibe. But it's a really interesting horror book. So then I found this other S by J.J. Abrams and Doug Dorst.
Yes.
Oh, I have that. I haven't read it yet, but I have it.
So it like inside the book, it just like there was like leaflets and stuff. So it's very much like what House of Leaves was doing, but like a decade later. And Megan and Emma are big Lost fans, so it's like House of Leaves, but Lost is what I'm hoping.
There's
So
an actual postcard in it.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was very, very cool. I
remember
don't own it
that book
myself, but
coming
I hope
out and being
other
like,
people enjoy
"Oh."
it. Yeah, it seems neat.
It's got like tons of colors. Is this a
It's
card?
very interactive.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 layers to the story, and I think the 4th layer is like you, because like there's like internet links and stuff that'll like give you extra context as you're researching these other layers of people writing notes and margins and stuff.
This moves.
What is that?
I don't know. I'm guessing it's for a puzzle. It's got a bunch of weird letters in it and stuff.
So I basically gave them homework for their birthday because it's a big reading project, but
I'm ready. I'm only halfway through it, but I'm gonna finish it probably tonight. So I'm counting it for this quarter. I'm reading this nonfiction book about death called Briefly Perfectly Human by Alua Arthur. She's a death doula, and it's really good. It's really, really interesting. If you also like thinking about death and the culture around it. Andrew said this is such a cool idea for a book, but I know I will lose the pieces too before I finish.
But Nicole wants to buddy read this with us. So.
Oh, okay, let's do it.
I will get a copy to read it with Nicole.
Yes.
I know we have a singular copy of it at work, and I will buy it to read it with y'all.
Yeah. When did it come out?
A long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to say like
2013.
I was gonna guess 2013, 2014.
Nice. A professional. Because yeah, I was surprised like House of Leaves is so popular. And then as I was reading it, I was like, this feels dated. And it was. It came out in 2000.
So I'm hoping this one won't have those problems. Either way, like I'm still
We'll
enjoying
see.
a lot of House of Leaves. Like it's
I
still a
enjoyed-
very
yeah.
cool story.
Anytime Johnny Truant wasn't talking, I really liked House of Leaves. And about 15% of the time when Johnny Truant was talking, I enjoyed House of Leaves. So I really wanted to, like, I would love to know what that looks like in the modern era with like TikTok and stuff. So just keeping that in my back pocket. Or if anyone has read anything that's like that already, let me know.
Really just waiting for Mike Flanagan to adapt House of Leaves
God,
is
he can't go
the
fast
ultimate
enough.
life goal.
Sure, he will.
Mhm.
Tessa says, I read my first Rena Kent novella last night, and now I really want to read everything she's ever written. Cries in so many books, so little money. Oh, it's like such a great feeling to be that excited, and then just also less exciting on the flip side. Just round out our media section. TV, movies, anything fun?
I'm
I
very
got-
late to the bandwagon, but I finally watched Midnight Mass.
Yay.
Never too late.
I
They
tried.
indoctrinated me to Hell House in Houston.
Oh,
The
it was
kids
such a
are
good
on
moment.
summer break, so I'm trying to find times to fit it in to watch it, but
So good.
Yeah.
And I also
Same.
got a bunch of them to watch The Bear who hadn't seen it, and that was a
I
very
hadn't
big
seen
moment
it
for me.
there, yeah.
I
I
was
still
like
haven't
so
seen
focused
it.
on getting Des to watch The Bear, and I didn't realize
I
Megan had been
slid
right
under the
there the whole
radar.
time. Now Megan, I believe, is further ahead on The Bear than I am. So.
Yeah. I only have one episode left in season 3. So I'm curious to know what everyone thinks about it once we're all finished.
What is the bear?
It's like a dramedy that takes
You're not
place
gonna think
in
you'd
a
like it,
kitchen.
but it's like there's nothing
It's-
paranormal about it.
It's
Yeah.
really good though. It's very like tightly written. And
Okay.
the dialogue is just like go, 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 go.
Like the
with the-
cinematography is just the coolest. Like it's just
very
Like I haven't watched it since Houston, which isn't surprising because I don't watch anything. But I think it's like a master class in writing like micro tension.
Yeah.
Because they're so good
Yeah.
at making all these things that are like it's kind of stressful to watch, but it's all these things that it's like,
it's definitely stressful to watch.
yeah, like oh, he dropped the pot, and it's just like that shouldn't be as stressful as it is, but it's just like
Interesting.
so from like a craft standpoint, it's like this is a master class in creating tension.
Huh.
And that's
We
like,
talked
Watch that. Yeah.
we talked about doing a series in the coming quarters where we break down, like we take the first chapter or first episode or like something that we all really love and we try to break down like what is it about the storytelling that works. And I would love to do that
Good idea.
with 1 or 2 episodes of The Bear. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Speaking of good writing, I also late to the party, but I am rewatching all of the first season of Yellow Jackets so I can finally go on to the second season soon. I'm near the end where I had left off in season 1, so I'll be able to get to it soon. Very excited.
Yay.
Very, very exciting.
Yes.
So, goals. Did anyone have any? I don't really like set quarterly goals, but like, was there anything you were like working towards, or just
So
mostly I'm leading into like goals for next quarter? But
I think I'm going to set more structured goals for next quarter. I didn't really have any specific goals for this quarter. But I just did like a really rough calculation. Like I've been playing around with like 5 different projects that I'm just letting my brain go crazy with. I'm not writing in sequential order. I'm just like, hey, I have the scene idea. I'm going to write it down. Total for the year, I wrote about 112,000 words. And in the second quarter alone, it was like 45,000 words, which is more than I've written in the previous like 5 years combined. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
I am on fire and it feels good. And I'm reading more again, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yay. Well, I was hoping to have $1 million book deal by now, and that hasn't happened. So
Any
maybe
minute.
next quarter.
Way to drop the ball again.
Me.
Had kind of missed this. Andrew said not the same kind of writing, but I've listened to easily a dozen new albums this quarter. So
Ooh,
I
yeah.
really liked. I really liked Benson Boone's album, Fireworks and Rollerblades. It was great.
Is he the guy?
Charlie
What is he
Next was
saying?
great.
That name sounds
Beautiful
familiar.
Things is I
That-
think.
Yeah, his TikTok.
There's a lot of
yeah,
TikTok
yeah,
sound
yeah.
songs.
Yeah.
Because like I was
There's-
really surprised when I listened to it of like, oh, I know way more of these songs than I thought. Like these
Mhm.
are all him. Okay.
Opening Spotify.
Like I'm huge into AJR. I think Maybe Man came out earlier in the year. I don't think it came out in second quarter, but
I think it
we're
was
still
March.
obsessed with that. Charlie wanted a record player for their 13th birthday, and I got the Maybe Man album.
Fun.
Very exciting.
And she
Wow.
requested the Taylor Swift album too. I was like, I didn't think that you liked Taylor Swift. She's like, I have heard some of it, and it's good. She's
Excellent
starting
taste.
her own album collection now, which is pretty dope.
That's
That's very
awesome.
cool. Tessa says, I've written more this year than I have since 2019, about 22,000 words in a project before imposter syndrome set in and I panicked and set it aside. Pick it back up. It misses you.
Pick it
Yes.
back up.
Mhm.
I'm embracing all the shiny new ideas because of imposter syndrome and just the dread and the can I actually write this? So the reason why I've written so much is because I have 5 projects that I'm really excited about, but I have to focus on one for the next quarter though. I'm going to force myself to focus on one.
I'm deep in a revisions hole for multiple projects right now. So my biggest goal is just to be done with both of those by September. So I think, so I've been querying this vampire book, and it's got a really good request rate, but it hasn't gotten any offers. And so I was trying to go back and figure out like some things I could do to tighten up the pacing is my guess. No one's told me anything wrong with it. The pacing is my guess though, that's like something that is, they're like reading it and not jiving with it. So I've been working really hard on that all week for the last few weeks, but I think it's going to be done in the next few days, hopefully. And then also doing an absolutely massive round of revisions on the book that Kyra and I wrote together, and that is kicking my butt a little. So I'd love to be done with it.
Will be physically ill if it's not done. Or mostly because I'm so tired of working on it. That's what I'm working on right now. I do still want, like, I kind of had a 2024 goal to finish an adult manuscript this year. I've made almost no progress towards that, so it's not a quarter 3 goal per se, except that I probably should start in quarter 3 if it's going to be done in 2024.
I am planning a writing event for September, so maybe then.
Yeah, I think it's kind of something very much on my radar for upcoming quarter. Like we've been thinking a lot about the channel and just cool stuff we want to do. So it's fun to like dig into it again and have dreams for it again.
That kind of segues nicely into one of the things we talked about was wanting to do a slowpoke book club where we pick maybe a craft book and talk about it kind of a few times as we like slowly work our way through the book. So I'm gonna, in the pre-chat, Kelly was like, Megan, you probably lead this. So if anyone has any craft books that they would love to buddy read with us and talk about in the chats, like let us know in the discussion section now. I'll bring up a few too, and then we can maybe think about it and decide at the end of the night. Let's see. Let me grab them.
I want to like scan my Goodreads want to read for craft books, but the odds of me like catching, I'm sure there's some in there, but man, I haven't read one in a long time, so I'm excited about doing this. I don't know what books there are anymore.
Yeah, one that I haven't read yet is Writing for Emotional Impact. I had a friend recommend this one to me. It's by Carl Iglesias, who also wrote 101 Habits of Highly Successful Screenwriters, apparently. So that could be an option. I also freaking love story engineering, and I would love to reread it if anyone wants something like that. Or if there's maybe a more narrative one. Oh yeah, Take Off Your Pants is a fun, quick one. I have that over here somewhere.
I did not think that was the title of a book.
Someone's just trolling us in the comments, and I'm like, I have that book.
It's happened before. Not taking off your pants, the trolling in the comments.
Not in a long time though, so hopefully. So yeah, be thinking about that, and then we can maybe talk about it more at the end or in the post chat.
I like Nicole's idea or vote.
Ooh, the emotional crafted fiction. I love that one. I don't even know where that is. I must have used it really recently. Where is
I
she?
may even own that one. Odds of me finding it are so low.
It feels like almost a comedic gag at this point how readily Megan just like pulls out these craft books every time.
Yeah.
I really, really do love the emotional craft of fiction. It's like one of the few that I always come back to, even though I read it probably 10 years ago. So. Toss out more. Let's see if I have them.
Yeah.
No.
I would I like the idea of, I'd love to find some that have like really modern examples. Because we all talk about how we like skip examples and stuff. I don't think I would if they were things I knew and cared about. If like if it was an example I was like rereading or summarizing a story and like a movie I'd already seen or something, that would mean so much more to me.
Sorry, Andrew asked which one is the John Kirby book. Yeah, Larry Brooks's books. He's got story engineering and story physics, and where's the last one? I have it here somewhere. And story fix. They all have more modern examples.
I remember the story engineering. You were talking about that, and I threw that up on my TBR.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Truby one is The Anatomy of Story, in case that wasn't super visible.
I think I have that one and I'm halfway through it or something, but it's like I'm finding it dry.
It's very dry.
Yeah, yeah.
I had The Secrets of Story by Matt Bird on my list. Innovative tools for perfecting your fiction and captivating readers. Revolutionary and comprehensive for the 21st century. focused on clever ways to get an audience to fully identify with an all too human hero.
Okay.
And yeah, this is something we'll probably do more than once if it goes well, and so.
Maybe I'm trying to think, maybe we could put up like a poll or something in the community tab. Like if we narrow it down and then we could stick up a poll in the community tab after this. People can vote.
We can also do more than one. Not in the short
It's
future.
our only shot.
It'd be interesting to it require way too much homework, but take a topic on writing and everybody can read a chapter from whichever writing craft book they want, and then we can pit
That would
different
be fun.
ideas against each other.
Wait, I love that. I'm gonna write that down in our chat idea list.
New bracket night just dropped.
Writing advice bracket night. Oh, I like that actually.
Oh, that'd be really fun. I'm writing that down too.
I do love a bracket night. They always infuriate me, but I always have so much fun.
Writing advice, bracket night, and then what's the other? Everyone.
I don't know how to summarize that one. So
Chapter of a craft book. And
I hear a meow.
That's mine.
It always is.
Boy to meow.
It's because I'm mean and I don't let them in the room while I'm recording.
wow. That's so rude.
Complete Idiot's Guide to Graphic Novels. That sounds fun. Even if I'm never gonna write a graphic novel, that sounds fun. Say it come back to sitting in the chat, but I'm kind of out of topics. The quarterly wrap-ups tend to be a little shorter, so we're at the end of the chat. And then are we nerd-inning next week? Right-inning? I don't know, kind of where we left off on that vibe after last week. It's gonna be something.
Yeah, let us know in chat if you like the nerd in, show up, work, leave structure, or if you like the write in sprint structure more.
Since I wasn't there last week, I kind of want to try a sprint one just because it's been a while.
Yeah. If we're not doing prompts, I can run write-ins all day long. So yeah, and I had a lot of fun last week with the write-in.
Okay.
So
it sounds fantastic. Anything else we wanted to cover with the quarter, past or future?
did everyone say, do they have goals? Everyone say goals. We feel good on goals.
Read more.
I need to come up with goals.
Yeah, same. The coming up with part.
It would be nice to actually write something again. I still haven't written an actual manuscript since 2018. So getting back into writing would be nice.
Yeah, I'm there with you. And Griswold says, I'd like to use the Discord more this quarter. I just don't know what to say. I feel like we could all, I don't know. I'm happy to jump in and try to get things going and prompt things.
Yeah.
So.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm just bad at getting into the habit of using a Discord.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Remembering it exists is a real struggle for me. Unless
Yeah.
it's on my desktop making noises and flashing at me, I'm not going to remember it exists. I should put it on my desktop. I'm sure there's a way I can put a link on my desktop.
Well, you can just put the app on your desktop and it'll, even if you have it X'd out, it'll give you a little ding if someone messages you.
Oh, that's what I should do.
So if we did the craft book club, having a channel for it in the Discord so we can talk as we go and use that to
That's a
guide
good
conversation.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Smart.
If people aren't at the chat but still have thoughts, it'd be great. Helen, I
Yeah.
think
We
you should
have
have a goal of coming back, just FYI. We should see you again in the coming quarter.
I am so willing to try. I work a lot on Sundays right now, and then I have another I have a a podcast that I am a part of that is
Oh.
it's a Dungeons and Dragons podcast that is all female, non-binary, and queer
Cool.
people who are the players and the GM, and it's been a very good time. We're on a break right now, but we usually record on Sundays. So when we're
If
out
it's set a
in time,
goal, yeah. If it's even slightly more likely than Megan's $1 million book deal as a goal, it's still worth.
Hey, I'm gonna do it this time.
Megan's like, excuse me.
You're all
How
gonna
dare
be
you?
shocked.
I
I'm just
will
gonna tune in from San
casually
Francisco.
I will casually say to anyone in the chat who hasn't seen the cover reveal for Erin's new book,
Yes.
should go look it up because it's gorgeous and it's available for pre-order.
Aw, thank you.
Look at Helen showing up.
I literally have it in my pre-order cart on Indigo already. I'm
Oh my
just
God,
waiting to
you're
place the order.
amazing.
So I have a story to tell you in the post chat actually.
Amazing. I had someone ask me if it was sapphic, and I was like, I think the cover gives that away a little bit.
Take one guess.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair to be like, do they get together? It's like, yeah, it's okay. Yes.
I was gonna say.
Also, look at your
They
backlog.
are actually also
Yeah.
roommates.
Yeah. Yeah.
True.
And they were roommates.
I
They
love the
were.
art style. It's so pretty.
Isn't it
It's
pretty?
gorgeous.
Yes.
Yeah. She
It's
did a
called
really
The
good
After
job.
Dark, if you want to search it, by
By
E.
E.
Latimer.
Latimer.
Yeah, we've also got like a word sprint section in the Discord. If anyone can use that at any time. Just /sprint for however many minutes. I think mostly Morgan just uses it right now, but I do love hopping in there from time to time.
I miss words.
Oh, something I would love to see in the Discord. It's just the worders have known I'm already kind of on this, but when we were in Houston, a bunch of us did like a make sides, just sharing food that we make at home and kind of thing. And like, this is how I found so much of my favorite food that I'm just like bugging everyone that I know and love to be like, share recipes that you like make, especially the ones that like aren't a big deal, like the bring out the big guns food, but just like something your family likes to eat. And I have been just like collecting those. So maybe I'll post them in Discord.
I still make that tortilla soup occasionally.
Same.
That was so long ago. It's so
But we
good.
have a baking channel woohoo in the worders Discord. So if you're
Woohoo
you're
can be, etc.
Woohoo and etc.
Yeah, just this weekend I had friends over and I made a dessert that Kyra had made us, cucumber sandwiches that Emma had shared, and mac and cheese that Des had shared, and just they were all so good. Like just such good food. So
Amazing.
I swear the best recipes you get are recipes from friends and family. Like
yeah, like I look at recipes online and I have cookbooks and stuff. It's always kind of just like not really what I'm looking for. And I'm just like never disappointed when it's something someone I know shares. So completely unrelated to writing, but something I'm very enjoying right now.
Thank you, and Griswold and Andrew Walker. I'm glad you like the cover. The artist did a really amazing job. She like perfectly captured the characters. That's one of my favorite covers for sure.
So on that note, we will wrap up here. Thank you all so much for joining us. We will be back next week with a sprint style write-in where you can write or craft or homework or anything else your little heart desires. And it's just always so nice to hang out with everybody and get some stuff done. So we're looking forward to seeing you all there. Thanks again and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.